Hi and welcome everyone. It's been a long 2 weeks between the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day and timing it pretty well. So we've finished our first trimester, we're started the second trimester, and afterwards our standings are as follows. So people are tied. The way we're doing it is by games won because opponents' match win percentage does not work since everyone plays everyone. Matt's rounding out in firsts. Sullivan is second. Everyone knew what Sullivan was going to play, and he's still 3-0s. That's pretty impressive. I don't think anyone counted Sullivan not to play Dredge, but I mean, if you got one deck and you play it well, that's really where you want to be. Weird to see Brian 1 and 2. I think he probably can win out this week, but it's weird to see him that low in the standings. I'm just not used to it.
Yeah. I mean, he's won the last two, so
He's just giving people a chance. He's just laying low until he
I
pounces
mean,
on
he
everyone.
like he was definitely playing something that was not good. When he submitted, he was like, "This deck's not good, but I don't care."
Yeah.
I feel like putting Thalia in my play deck again.
I mean, Thalia's pretty awesome when you're trying to cast Chase the Mind Sculptor, right? It's a creature. It's a guy standing there, so it doesn't get locked out, right?
Yeah.
No? But yeah, so not too much to talk about and for the game because it is the start of the second trimester, which means decks list are not public yet. And if anyone's been to the Mana Drain recently in the past couple days, know that Andy Probasco has actually bought it. So he's going to completely revamp the site. So we're going to be without our main hub. Oh,
Messing around with this camera a little bit. Sorry, trying to get a.
we're going to be without our main hub for a little bit. But I definitely want to link this. Anyone who can help out. I myself pretty much learned how to play Vintage because of the Mana Drain. It really gave me the like I started playing on was it the old program Magic Workstation, influenced by friends
Jeez.
who told me to go there. Yeah, you know what? It's a pretty good program. I really like it.
Yeah,
And like
Magic Workstation was terrible though.
what's worse, that or Apprentice? I don't know if people remember Apprentice.
I don't think I ever used
Like the
Apprentice.
cards didn't even tap. The word tap popped up on Apprentice to give you an idea.
Oh, I
Yeah.
remember trying to download it and just gave up. It was like too hard to even
No,
download.
no possibility. At least Magic Workstation gave you the ability to, um, like put pictures on cards. But Magic Workstation was just the name of the card. You better know what it does, that sort of thing. But back in 2004, that was pretty good. I definitely
I
played a
mean,
lot of
yeah,
Apprentice in my
for
days.
internet, I used Central Magic to do all my deck building and everything back then, and then Essential Magic stopped updating itself.
That
So
happens.
that was fun.
So yeah, so it's a new direction that the site's going to be taken by. He's definitely open to feedback. His either his Twitter or I know that he does he have his Facebook as just Brassman or does he have like a personal Facebook as well?
He's been using his personal so far. I don't know if he's gonna make a separate one for himself, but for
Yeah,
the
so
now that he owns the drain. But I mean, he was a moderator in the original before, so I mean, I wouldn't expect too much to change in terms of it's still going to be free flowing kind of thing, still moderated by the same people, but it'll be not look like it was from 1999 or the ancient forum that hasn't been updated and basically says SCG bought it.
yeah, it really well. I remember the first buyout was kind of ridiculous because they wanted to charge like $3,000 for it, and then they dropped it down to 1,000, like the same. It was really messy. I'm
Okay.
assuming this one was much cleaner. They dealt with I guess more qualified people in that matter. I heard the person they went through wasn't really the best person for it, but I don't know. So it's been down for a little while. Hopefully it doesn't affect viewership as much, and I'm gonna have to figure out where to post the deck lists because you just use the mana drain. And I know that everyone is part of the couple vintage Facebook groups that we have. But yeah, I like honestly, it's helped a whole lot for me. It's like without this website, I wouldn't be sitting here. We wouldn't be doing this because there's no way I would know any of you guys. Because when I was into vintage, it was like 2003, and the real big surge of it didn't happen. And from there, I sort of got out of it because I wasn't really in an area with it. And then I graduated and moved out here. And then, really, then so the group, basically the group of people that's in the league that I all talk to and know now because of it is because of the mana drain. I think
Oh yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
it's been really good for the format. I mean, I don't think the format exists really at all without it. I mean, it's where everyone posts all the tournament reports, and the where all the tournaments are in general. So, um, yeah, it's really, I think, been a good website so far. It'll be nice to actually have a modern form frame to it and everything. I'm excited to see what it looks like.
Yeah, it definitely needed an overhaul, and it looked like the old. Like I miss the old Star City forums. Those were pretty fun. And it's the same format, the old post format, everything like that. So I'm really bad at websites. Is all of the content that's on there going to be gone, or is it just going to be reformatted and archived?
I'm assuming he's reformatting and archiving it. I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't see how deleting all that stuff. I mean, it seems
Well, during a move,
counterintuitive.
things can be pretty tough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Andy does, but I mean,
I think that's his job, like something along the lines.
doesn't he do some sort of programming or something? I think.
I think so. Something computer
Um,
based.
and I mean, he has Rich as a resource to tap into too. So I mean, these are programmers. So they're not, they know how to do this stuff, right?
I'm
I
assuming so.
assume.
I'm assuming so. Let's hope so. I don't know. For people that are actually putting effort into it, I think it'd be really good because it wasn't a change to the site at all. They really were just moderators to moderate what's been going on to make sure that the site was still up, but no one was really doing work on the site. That's why I really like that he put up a Patreon for it. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're serious about this. It's going to take money, but we're serious about it. We're going to actually do a lot of good, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I mean, Star City Games like wouldn't let them do anything, so that was the problem.
yeah, so
That
there's
I think people had gone and asked them for stuff, to try and get something done, and they didn't really care. So,
I
yeah,
mean,
It'd be good to have it in the hands of someone that actually cares about the format.
the hands of the community that plays it,
Yeah,
because Star City really doesn't. They used to. They
they used
used
to run
to.
tournaments. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then they bought the forum and then stopped running tournaments like almost simultaneously.
I don't know. I guess. Well, like they did high end tournaments that weren't sanctioned because they allowed proxies. Or I'm sorry, playtest cards. They allowed playtest cards, which I thought was pretty interesting. That like such a high profile tournaments were under
Yeah,
that format.
yeah. I mean, Wizards would. I mean, we still have some, I guess. Wizards isn't a huge fan of them, though.
No, they're also not a huge fan of making the cards accessible so people can play that. So you know. I've never had a problem. I've asked multiple people who own Power. No one ever has had a problem with tournaments. Maybe a little bit of, oh man, I lost this guy's Sharpied Island, but like not to the point where I'm not going to go to that tournament unless it's no playtest cards.
Yeah, yeah. It's not the players that care. It's the collectors usually. There's people that collect these cards that actually. I feel like there have been. I mean, I guess maybe it's a little more than just rumors that there's like business people buying into these like stocks now. So it's kind of ridiculous. You have it's a completely unregulated market in terms of
Yeah.
speculation and all the other
And
things that
the
can go on.
buyouts that have been happening ever since the Eternal Masters popped up. They said nothing on the restricted list is going to be in here. Like what is it? Meditate? There's a buyout on Meditate. Just because it's on the
Because
reserve
it's on the
list.
yeah.
Just because it's
Oh
on the
yeah, yeah,
reserve
yeah,
list.
yeah. The buyouts are getting kind of absurd. You just randomly see some cards spike up like 10,000% of their previous price.
Man,
So
do they usually? I don't know.
who's even playing meditate? So now if anyone decides they want to try to play that card, they have to spend an astronomical amount of money.
Well, it's the only thing I can think of is with Force of Will coming back, but no dual land. So a reprint on Force of Will sort of opens up the door for like some sort of budget esque or some sort of high tide variant, like without Candelabra.
Yeah, but
So that does include, because it's like the cards on it, like you can pretty much buy the deck minus Candelabra for about the price of a couple duels, especially with with reprinted Force of Wills. Because what you just need cantrips, which are commons, fetch
oh,
lands, which
leave
are reprinted.
high tide for what, legacy?
Yeah, for legacy,
Or
not vintage. No.
well, Meditate's $15 now, so that's nice.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of. So like if
It's
you
a
have if you have
it's a
that
$50
square,
card that sees no play in any point, or maybe like one copy in like out of 100 decks in Legacy, and zero copies in Vintage.
yeah, like a combo deck, like just I don't that just seems like a thing you could play. I don't know. This seems like the most ridiculous of speculation. But like the core of the deck is commons. Like the rare part of the deck are your fetches, your cunning wishes, and your time spirals, and now force of wills, which are going to be available a lot more. Well, I guess sort of. I don't know. Limited print run. It's gonna be a super limited print run, so it's gonna. I feel like it's just gonna run into the modern masters problem where Tarmogoyf has been in 3 sets and it's still $200.
Yeah, no, I mean, Force of Will been has never really been reprinted though.
No.
So we've had a couple promos, but we haven't had like a real reprint. Yeah, but I guess you're right. Like everyone needs 4 copies. I mean, everything's warped around Force of Will.
Yeah,
And,
but
and
but
wait,
it's
wait, Wasteland's getting reprinted as a rare, so that actually might do something
Wasteland
to the
being a
price.
rare. Yeah, I really
But
like Wasteland being a rare, but
Force of Will is a mythic, so yeah, it's probably not going anywhere. It's $10 a pack for these things,
yeah.
so it's like basically $80 to pull one mythic, um, which is what Force of Will is at right now. But I mean, that doesn't include the price of the rest of the cards in the pack, I guess.
I'm honestly curious about what comments they're gonna put in because they said there's going to be no new cards, which is part for the course for these type of reprint sets. But
I hate the yeah, I hated the vintage the vintage masters. Honestly, some of the cards that they were in there were just what didn't they like? And modern masters, modern masters Auric salvagers was kind of funny. They upgraded it to a rare.
yeah, they made it a rare,
Why you would upgrade a card that
but
would
they
have
also put a
gotten to a
rare
rare?
to common.
Did they?
Yeah, the something of the wilds, the 1/2 green power toughness is to your guys you have in play. So they made a rare a common.
And made a uncommon a
I
rare.
mean, uncommon a rare, and
In a
what?
in a set that's supposed to be more expensive.
Yeah, like the definite gamble pack. I'm only $10 for Comet Storm.
For
Oh,
your
good. This
five,
rare is now a
5 cent
common.
5 cent rare. Here's $10 for this pack. Here's this 5 cent rare. Thank you.
Like if they reprint like really good commons like Simian Spirit Guide, like Ataxian Probe, even more rituals in the mix would be good, like Dark Ritual, that sort of thing. But like I don't. I just
Yeah,
I
Dark Ritual will definitely be in there. I think it
if
has to
we
be.
if we get solid commons and uncommons in the set, along with rares, but the rumor. I'm not even rumor. People are just speculating it's gonna have mana drain in there because they did the judge mana drain.
I
I
mean,
guess pre
the good commons are dredge commons. There's yeah, ritual, preordain, ponder, right?
Rite of Flame.
Brainstorm,
What about Rite of
brainstorm.
Flame? That would be good. Like just some combo cards.
Rite of
Like
Flame is probably fine. Yeah, for I mean, in terms of a draft, Rite of Flame's a gone. Oh, okay, Rite of Flame was a common.
yeah, it was a common.
Um, and they have plenty of options. It's just whether or not they're actually going to do it this time. They didn't do
I
it for Vintage Masters, so that's the thing. They
no.
decided to print a bunch of like I don't even know.
Basking Rootwalla, an arrogant worm, a common. The pauper online metagame is a bit warped. That random things are a common, like Chainer's Edict and that sort of thing. Which
Yeah,
that's just having fun. Even regardless of the fact that blue is still like the best color in
yeah.
pauper.
Odyssey block had a bunch of good commons. You're right.
But yeah, I think that's what's going to hinge it. And they're not going to have a Grand Prix for the set. There's going to be no Grand Prix for Eternal Masters, so it's going to be this really
Okay.
really weird set, which I'm not sure what exactly they're trying to do with it.
I mean, they're just printing. I guess they're just doing it just to get. It's similar to Modern Masters, but without a Pro Tour. Was there anything Pro Tour associated with the the conspiracy set? Was
No,
that
there was
actually drafted by the pros?
Conspiracy
Okay.
was meant to be a multiplayer only set. Like it was a
Yeah.
multiplayer
Okay.
draft, so that they didn't really do anything with it. They did like a video where they had like some people do it, but that's about it.
There were like two good cards in the whole set too, which was, and then we got to add what, like 10 cards onto our ban list for it.
Why didn't they just make those conspiracy cards silver bordered?
Yeah, I
So
know.
like we
It's
look at
kind
the
of
ban list,
ridiculous.
it's just this cluttered nonsense. Like what's going on? What are these
Yeah.
names I've never read before that would deliver? Oh, okay,
Well,
conspiracy cards.
yeah, and you're not even allowed to, because you're not allowed to play them in anything.
No.
You're not allowed to play them in any format. So yeah, you should have just made them silver bordered. You're right. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I most likely probably won't buy any of it, but maybe a little just for fun. I know I bought one, just one of the two Modern Masters. I bought one Modern Masters 2 pack, and I got the what's it called? The Fulminator Mage. So I'm 100% making my money on Modern Masters 2, so I'm good with the set. But like the hopefully like the print run, I'm thinking because there's not going to be a core set, there's going to be this set, that the print run is going to be from a good area, because the supplementals, they have that really awkward
Yeah,
glossy feel to them, and it's just like I just don't even want them.
and these are $10 a pack, so I don't. The effect on price, I don't think is probably going to be fairly negligible, but it'll be increase in supply. So, um, I'm trying to look at this the VMA set and like what commons they put in here. They put a whole goblin deck in here, basically.
Yeah,
So
the Beetleback and
they
the
put a ton of terrible commons that are just not even.
only cards I
They're
remember is that they had Gush, Rootwalla, Arrogant Worm, and Aquamoeba. They put the Madness deck at it, the old Odyssey Madness deck.
yeah, and they put goblins.
I don't know. So I think our players are ready. So we're gonna take a quick break and then be right back with our first match. So as you can tell, I'm not sounding the best right now. So we're gonna have Tom Dixon versus Brian Keller as our first match. Tom is gonna take my place after this because I've been holding back a couple coughs right now. So I'll commentate the first match, and then for the rest of them, it's gonna be Lance and Tom. So we'll be right back.